All right, BobalosRex here, and today it's Bob Reads a Blue Post, and I will be linking this, of course, in the description. So, today's Blue Post, we're going over the unlock schedule for 12.1. All right, we finally got Season 2 and 12.1 announcement date 2 weeks beforehand. Like I always say, that's what they do. All right, whether we like it or not, that's what they do. So, on the week of August 11, I like this. I like that they give us the whole kit and caboodle. There's like a few things I wish they would let us know right now as well, but I'm going to be talking about them at the end. But let's go through it. So, on the week of August 11, we get the Lair, the Tidebound Grotto. So, we do get a world boss, and it's at world difficulty. So what does that mean? Veteran track. All right. As we go through the rest of this, you're going to notice veteran track stuff being available, which veteran track stuff can get higher than myth track stuff, but isn't going to get higher than myth track infused gear. So the veteran stuff you can be getting this week will be good in most slots, but not every slot. And it won't be tier. So the gear in this first week will be good catch-up gear, but it's not going to be... If you're fully mythed out, it's going to be on par with what you got, just about. Depending on where the slot is, it could be better. Then we got the new dungeon, Altar of Fangs, which I think we're going to get the quest to go to the dungeon as far as how far in the quest line we get. And then we're going to get the Midnight Dungeons, Heroic and Mythic. And then the fresh dungeon rotation. So that will include Altar of Fangs, Murder Row, Den of Nalarak, The Blinding Veil, Void Scar Arena, King's Rest, Temple of Sithralis, and Ruby Life Pools. All on base Mythic. Okay? And they'll also have the Heroic versions. Alright? So if you need to do anything in these dungeons beforehand, get them done now. And we got Prey Season 2, which none of the rewards go away other than the achievement. But we'll get the new Prey, Season, Normal, and Hard modes. Alright? So you can start doing that again. But you gotta wait for Nightmare and the new island stuff. Alright? And we'll have to see how far into the seasonal thing we'll be able to go. I wish they would have mentioned that here. And then Delve Season 2, all tiers, no bountiful. So, most likely we won't be able to level Valera, but we will be able to unlock our tier 11s before the season starts, like we did with Season 1. So, what you'll probably want to do, I'll talk about it and what to do first, is get all the way up to Delve tier 11, so you're ready to go in that first week. Alright? And then Training Grounds Arenas will be launching with the patch. Alright? And then in the week of August 11th, so this is when the season starts proper. This is when we'll get the new Raid, Normal, Heroic, and Mythic all at the same time, along with Raid Finder Wing 1, but not Story Mode, which kind of sucks, in my opinion. And we got Mythic Plus Season 2, PvP Season 2, Delve Season 2, Bountiful Delves and Keys, so you'll actually be able to use your keys and get keys. And then Prey Season 2, Nightmare Mode and Curse of the Isles. So, will the track actually unlock with the season start? Or will the track unlock with here? And then, I'm guessing the track will unlock here, but you won't be able to, like, push it that far. But we could just have to wait till this time. And then Great Fault Season 2 gear. I'm wondering if stuff we do here will give us a Great Vault. Alright, that may be the case with what that says. And then the rest of the Tidebound Grotto will unlock. Normal, Heroic, and Myth Flex. Alright, Mythic Flex. And then the week after that, August the 25th, Raid Finder Week 2 in Story Mode. September 1st, Raid Finder Wing 3. And September 8th, Raid Finder Wing 4. Raid Finder takes way too long now, honestly. They should do something about that. But let's go over this stuff. So, Season 2 Dungeon Unlock schedule. Like I said, August 11th, Heroic and Mythic. And then the Fresh Dungeon rotation. And then August 18th, Mythic Season 2, Great Fault Season 2 gear. Alright. So, on the 18th, all M+ will unlock, and you'll be able to blast. Alright, and then of course they go over the dungeons. Here are the 2 new mounts. Amazing mounts, dude. I think the mounts are phenomenal. Look at that. So amazing. And then this post goes over all the rewards here. Now there is gonna be a... so this is the 34. This should have a saddle with it, which I'm surprised it doesn't. And then the champion, the 1%, doesn't have a mount link to it yet. So there is still some stuff they gotta put in here. So I'll have to see what's up with that. And then we got the raid here. They talk about the unlock schedule. Again, normal, heroic, mythic, raid finder wing 1 on the 18th. We get story mode on the 25th. Which the story is gonna be huge. Like, it has all the good stuff for it. So, people are going to be waiting a week for that and upset. And then, on the 1st and 8th of September, all the way onto the 8th, they'll be waiting for Raid Finder. That's kind of ridiculous. And then they go over the tier sets. I think the tier sets this tier are going to be cool. We'll have to see. And then they talk about the raid rewards, new trophies. Mythic Ulatek's going to be dropping 3 of these mounts on Mythic. And then PvP. Training Grounds Arena is the only thing that unlocks the 11th. But remember, Honor doesn't reset. Okay, so Honor doesn't reset until the end of the expansion. Conquest does. So you can just kind of save up your Honor for the start of Season 2 on the 18th. We got the new Gladiator mount. We got the new Vicious mounts that are going to be cool. So PvP, you're waiting to the 18th. You can do the fun PvE stuff in that first week. And then on the 18th, blasting. Alright, get straight into it. And then, again, on the 11th, all tiers of delves. No bountiful delves, but we get the new delves. Alright? So you can go see the new delves, do the new stories, do the new achievements. And then on the 18th, bountiful delves. Get your keys, level up Valera, and do the Delve boss. Because remember, in that first week of the 18th, the week of the 18th, you need to kill that Delve boss if you want that fabled achievement. Alright, and then they talk about Prey here. Normal and hard modes will be at the jump again. With normal, you can get adventure gear. With hard mode, you get veteran. They want us to get veteran track gear. Same thing with mythics. Base mythics will be awarding veteran track gear. Alright, in that first week. So, they only want us getting veteran track. And then, yeah, the new Prey stuff is going to be cool once that unlocks on the 18th. You get Nightmare mode, the new hunts, and then the Secrets of the Isle. And then, of course, the World Boss. We get that first one on the 11th. And then all the rest on the 18th. Alright. Now, I do wonder how they're going to do the loot lockout. Is it individual lockouts for each? And you're getting that Warbound gear like World Bosses? Alright, I can't wait to actually do it myself and see how that's going to work. See if they adjust it. Now, the last thing I wanted to mention is what's resetting with the patch. So with the patch, I don't know if Remnants of Anguish are going to reset. This is the first Prey season. We'll have to see how that goes. I'll make a mental note and remember it for next time, unless they announce something sooner. Alright? All this other currency up here, you're safe. Alright? Field accolades are going to carry forward. Alright? Now, let's go to the Season 1 currency. So, coffer key shards are going to go away. Alright? Keys, gonna go away. Alright? Not even turn into money or nothing, just poof. Alright? Tier charges gonna go away because you're gonna get infinite. You're just gonna be able to convert any season 1 gear you still have. All right. Void cores, most likely gonna like completely disappear because we're gonna get it's the same currency for season 2. So you're gonna lose all your void cores with no currency compensation. So spend them now. Same thing with your keys. Undercoins. Now, I'm pretty sure undercoins reset with the season, but I'm not 100%. All right. They have the last few times, and if you look here, you see up here, midnight, and then this says season. So I'm under the impression, like the last few seasons of War Within, undercoins will reset. All right. Untainted mana crystals will reset. So, in my opinion, you'll want to spend these. All right. And if they don't, then I'll remember it. They're going to act like honor. Now, as far as all your crests, all right, since we do get a new crest going forward, I expect these are just going to sit in your freaking currency tab. All right. If not, they're going to zero out. Okay. So spend these. Don't spend these. It's honestly up to you. But when the season's over, all these are going to be useless. Now, these Radiant Sparks. Now, this was just to keep track of your crafted thing. And these won't go away. So you can still use the Season 1 crafted Sparks to make that crafted gear for that transmog. Alright? That won't reset. Now, PvP currency. Bloody tokens will reset. Conquest will reset. Honor won't reset. According to my buddy, who has informed me on PvP, Honor doesn't reset between seasons, only between expansions. So, get your Honor stockpiled. Alright? If you're PvPing, that should be good. And then Conquest and Bloody tokens will be earnable once the season starts proper. Alright? Other things. The tokens of merit will just depreciate and like turn to like just vendor trash items. So either spend them now or they're going to turn into their same gold value. So they're not going to lose any gold value if you're just going to get gold. Season 1 jewelry things, I don't think they depreciate, but you won't be getting any more Season 1 gear, so they're going to kind of go to waste, so use them now. The last thing I wanted to mention. So, I've talked about Season 1 depowering. What did I mean by that? So, what happens when we go into a new season? How it's happened in the War Within, unless this changes. So, effectively, Season 1 gear stops being upgradable. Alright? So what it will do is it will lock into whatever item level it is now. Alright? So, upgrade it as high as you can. If you have Cresty, do so. Otherwise, it will lock into place once the patch hits. Okay? And that should happen once the patch hits. So, get your Season 1 gear locked in to where you want it to be for the end of season while you can. And that's basically it. Like I said, I will be linking this so you can peruse this if you want. Like I said, the few questions I have are in that 11th week for Delves and Prey. Will you be able to move the track along? It's not as clear cut to me, especially with how it talks about it up here. It just says Delve Season 2, Prey Season 2. Delve Season 2, Prey Season 2. So it looks like the track should start up here. Should start the first week. But I do believe it's going to be time gated, y'all. Alright? Just a heads up. The track is going to be time gated. And you're not even really going to be able to level Valera without Banalful Delves. Same thing with the track, really. You're not going to be able to do much with the Delve track. But we'll have to see how much Prey track they let us get in that first week. But I'm excited for the patch. Either way, thank y'all for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.